Hello, hello, hello! This is RandoChris, and this is my goofy little chicanery called the Randoverse, and we are getting ready to draft our rosters that will be making up Raw and SmackDown. I am not going to mess with NXT. But the NXT roster is eligible to be drafted into Raw or SmackDown. And I will be randomizing all the picks. I will be randomizing the general managers for Raw and SmackDown. So if anybody watches New Legacy Inc.'s Universe mode, I am stealing this from them completely. You know, no shame in stealing. I will also be randomizing the tag teams and the champions as well. So all championships are vacated. If anybody comes out with a championship, well, obviously they didn't give it to management when they were handing out the memos to, hey, give us your championships because we're vacating them. So let us not waste any time here. It is time for us to see who our general managers will be. I'm getting word right now that Vince McMahon is going through the list of candidates, and he is making his selections. And no, there are no do-overs on these random picks either. Once they're there, they're there. So I can only imagine how crazy this is going to get. All right, we got our general managers chosen. Okay, I probably shouldn't be playing. Okay, I probably shouldn't be playing copyrighted music during this, but all right, we've got our general managers chosen, and they will be coming out on stage any second now. This is very exciting. Just waiting on them to get ready. All right, they're making their way to the stage right now, so let's move on to our draft arena here. Oh, Sacramento, California, and our Raw general manager, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, baby. The son of a plumber. He knows all about hardships and making your own opportunities here in the WWE. And I can't think of anybody better to take up the role of general manager than the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. A legend in NWA, a world champion. A man who has waged wars with the likes of Ric Flair and Harley Race. He's going to be trading in those polka dots for a suit in the very near future, let me tell you. Oh, he's about to get funky like a monkey up in here. Oh, that's fine, Luna. Dusty. My God, what a pick for Raw General Manager. Oh, boy. Oh, man. SmackDown's general manager, the big boss man. He's already dressed up. He's already dressed up for this. Oh, my God. Cobb County, Georgia's big boss man. He used to help run a prison, but now he's going to run the asylum that is SmackDown. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. So, first, our general managers are Dusty and Big Boss Man. My goodness. I was thinking of a lot of things, but I wouldn't think Dusty Rhodes and the Big Boss Man would revive themselves to take over management duties of Raw and SmackDown. Oh, wow. Alright, so now that's out of the way, we can now start drafting our picks. Well, not quite my picks. There's picks of Dusty Rhodes and the Big Boss Man. You know, with these first picks, I am wondering how Dusty and Big Boss Man will try to reason this. Like, are they going to be going for the big names, or are they going to maybe put the spotlight on some new younger talent? I'm not sure. They're the ones running this. So, GMs are making their picks right now. It's really quite something to have a general management job on a show like Raw and SmackDown, where, you know, just about anything can happen. Opportunities can come for anyone. Heroes rise. Heroes fall. It's really quite crazy just to know what kind of talents await us in these first couple picks of the WWE draft. No, it's not time to get ill, Beastie Boys. Alright, so since I have no one to really commentate with and give predictions, alright, our next picks have been made. It will be time to bring them out on stage any moment now. I'm getting word right now that Dusty and Big Boss Man are already settling nicely into their new offices. Dusty, for some reason, has grabbed a paint can and is throwing it on the walls, trying to make sure they end up as polka dots. Oh, our picks are here. Dusty Rhodes' first pick, Andrade Cien Almas. Tranquilo indeed. Well, the crowd's not too happy to see him here, but a pick is a pick. Dusty Rhodes, his number one, Andrade Cien Almas. A lot of people probably would agree for this as a first choice, considering how a lot of people are very high on Andrade as a future star of the WWE, being one of those key components of the foundation of this next generation of wrestlers. He's certainly showing up with a lot of confidence and definitely a lot of confidence in himself. And, you know, it's a good thing he wore white, you know, a pretty neutral color for, you know, the red-oriented Raw or blue SmackDown. I guess he's trying to start the Nation of Domination again. I have no idea what that is for. But anyway, Andrade Cien Almas. That is quite a very gutsy first pick for Dusty. Almas has probably got to be feeling pretty good to be chosen number one. All right. Now, who is Big Boss Man's number one pick? Oh my God! Sin Cara! The man, the myth, the legend, Sin Cara is Big Boss Man's number one pick. This is certainly a bold choice for Boss Man to make as his number one. Sin Cara's obviously pretty happy about it. All right, we're moving on immediately to our number 2 picks. Which Balor though? The Titantron is obviously Finn Balor, but is it the man or the demon? Looks to be the man himself. Demon's looking like he's going to be staying on the sideline for a while as the man, Finn Balor, is number 2 in the draft. I gotta say, these are some pretty good picks that Dusty is making for this opening round of draft picks. You really can't go wrong with a guy like Almas and Balor. Putting them forward as your cornerstones of the Raw roster. But now that just leaves us to wonder how the Big Boss Man will counter the pick of Finn Balor. Finn Balor with some pretty lewd pelvic thrusts. But he doesn't care. Look at that. Is this a man who cares what you think about his thrusts? These 16,000 fans here in Sacramento tossing up their hands in unison with Finn Balor. I am kind of wondering where Finn Balor's, big old high collar jacket went, but that one's not bad either. I'm just used to the other one, that's all. All right. Big Boss Man's number 2 pick for SmackDown. Oh my God. The man. Cold Sting. Now that is a pretty good counter pick to Finn Balor, the savior of WCW, Sting. A man who would wait in the rafters watching the heinous acts of the NWO go on for about a year until confronting Hulk Hogan at Starrcade to win the World Heavyweight Championship off the leader of the NWO. With his trusty bat in hand, Sting makes his way into the ring. Looking as grim and morose as ever. But that is a pretty good way to start the draft. The number 3 picks for Raw, Mandy Rose. My goodness. Now, I'm wondering what the heck Dusty Rhodes means by this. Does he mean that he thinks Mandy Rose will be the leader of the Raw Women's Division? I mean, that's certainly quite a newcomer to place your bets on as the number 1 of the women's division. But, I mean, with an entrance like this, you can't really blame Dusty now, can you? Mandy Rose, the first woman to be drafted. And she is certainly loving every second of it. Let me tell you. I mean, good lord, it's like she's posing for Sports Illustrated or something. All right. SmackDown SmackDown's first women's pick, Carmella, the Moonwalker from Staten Island, backwards cap on, her special onesie. She is strutting down the ring with the implication that Big Boss Man is thinking Carmella will be the number one of the women's division. Perhaps telling Carmella exactly how they feel about her, but she doesn't care. I mean, she's the number one of the SmackDown women's division, according to Boss Man. That's only gonna fuel her ego from here on out. The next pick for Raw, Lana. But what does this mean for Rusev Day? The ravishing Russian Lana, drafted to Raw, hopefully not separated from her husband Rusev. So, pretty different look for Lana, to be honest. It looks like she took her hairstyle from Renee Young. Something like that. Lana with probably the least amount of experience out of the women drafted so far. It'll be interesting to see how much she grows being an active participant in the women's division on Raw. SmackDown's number 2, next pick. Kairi Sane from NXT. Oh man, it's time for this ship to sail on the main roster. The NXT Women's Champion, Kairi Sane, well, she might just have to give up that title if she's going to be sticking around on the main roster. Japan's Pirate Princess. My gosh, what a pick for Big Boss Man. Kairi Sane looking out into the audience for all of her crew members, her mateys, that are going to cheer her on as she pursues the SmackDown Women's Championship. Having already been NXT Women's Champion, this is definitely a new pasture for her to take on. My gosh, Kairi Sane. With her wheel in hand. Oh God! Stop spinning that thing! I'm starting to capsize! Kairi! Okay. Oh God. Oh Jesus. I thought I was gonna fall over and die for a second there. All right. The next pick for Monday Night Raw, Daniel Bryan. A very pissed off Daniel Bryan. The negative edge Daniel Bryan. I think we caught Daniel Bryan on a very bad day. He must have woken up on the wrong side of the bed because he is just yelling at everybody right now. And he had a haircut. Good God. Still though, a very good pick for Dusty Rhodes. Daniel Bryan from Monday Night Raw, snatching him away from SmackDown. And it'll be interesting to see the new dream matches that will spring up by having Daniel Bryan on Raw with guys like Finn Balor and Andre Almas. SmackDown's next pick. The modern day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. He's about to call everybody boy. Oh man, Jinder Mahal, a former WWE champion, bafflingly a former WWE champion. Still though, Jinder is a champion, and it'll be interesting to see how he brings that experience back to SmackDown without his assistants, the Singh brothers. But from the looks of Jinder right now, I would say he wouldn't need any backup. Look at those abs. Those totally natural ab muscles. Mahal, definitely not a popular choice among a lot of people, but he could be making quite an impact in the main event scene once again. Time will tell, though, especially with how the rest of the draft goes. Ross has now drafted Lince Dorado. Look at that mohawk. Kicking the door down, the invisible door down of the APA. Lince Dorado busting his way through into the top 10 of the Raw roster. This theme song's pretty banging. Lince Dorado looking to make an impact on Raw now. Wait a minute. Wait, are we getting electrocuted? Because it's time to shock the system with Kyle O'Reilly from the Undisputed Era. It looks like they're deciding to divide and conquer from NXT. Kyle O'Reilly, one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, as stated, a member of Undisputed Era, now becoming a member of the SmackDown roster. Like I said, it's a very interesting choice by the Big Boss Man. Whether he's trying to break up Undisputed Era or wants to see how they would do expanding into the main roster. And who knows if any other members of Undisputed Era will be joining Kyle O'Reilly as we go on. Well, I would say the systems have properly been shocked. Our next picks will be arriving momentarily. Whoa! Oh, more NXT call-ups. NXT is being swept of some of their newer, hungrier talent. Tucker Knight of Heavy Machinery being drafted to Raw by Dusty Rhodes. Makes you wonder if Dusty Rhodes thought that Heavy Machinery was just like a big, new up-and-coming construction company. Big Tuck. Big Friar Tuck. Tucker Knight. Oh my God! Oh my God! He grew his hair back! Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, coming out of retirement to join Big Boss Man SmackDown. Shawn Michaels about to blow up those inflatable tubes, man. Talk about a stellar pick and a surprise at the same time. Shawn Michaels. What else needs to be said about Shawn Michaels' accomplishments in this business? World champion, tag team champion, countless show-stealing performances at WrestleMania. The Heartbreak Kid deciding retirement was too boring, hunting's not as good as it used to be. It's time to get back into the ring. How the hell can Dusty Rhodes counter that? El Mago. I'm sorry, who? Excuse me? How did this guy get backstage? How is he a part of the draft? El Mago. I'm getting word that El Mago is a Mexican wrestling star, and he just so happened to be backstage visiting his best friend Sin Cara, and WWE thought it was just some guy they already signed. Oh, God. I think Big Boss Man is taking all of the good picks this round. Because here comes the Dead Man, the Reaper of Death Valley, the Undertaker. I am honestly speechless with how this round has turned out for SmackDown. The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels now becoming active members of the SmackDown roster. And it is pretty fitting, though, that Undertaker would be drafted onto the brand that he was a major part of for quite some time, especially during the SmackDown 6 era. My God. I can't really make any words right now. My throat is dry. I think I might be getting sick. The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels on the same roster with these new young studs. Good God. The crowd showing their respect to this legend. I guess Undertaker decided, forget what that punk Roman Reigns said. I am reclaiming my yard. And with a scary face like that countless wrestlers have seen over the years, I would say that's a pretty good assumption. My God. The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels making it back onto the active roster. Raw's next pick from the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan. You only live once, definitely. And Liv Morgan, the third woman, not women, I'm not Tony Chimmel, third woman to be drafted for Monday Night Raw. Liv shooting an invisible basketball for some reason. She's very excited, though, to be part of the Raw roster. And how will SmackDown counter with oh no, Tamina God. Tamina Tamina, God. Oh, forget who else was drafted before her for the women's division. There's no hope now. Tamina is... She is ready to get back into the women's division and make her presence known. Wasting no time to just get in the ring. Mickie James, Raw's next women's pick. Mickie James, a former multi-time women's champion. She's been unsuccessful thus far in regaining the title, but it would be very interesting to see with how the Raw women's roster shapes up, whether she can regain it with a new playing field. Hardcore country rocking out there, even though she's not wearing those jean shorts. With her throwing the horns up so much, I probably should have given her different music. Oh, Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox. SmackDown. That's all I can really say about Alicia Fox right now. Because all that I remember now of Alicia Fox whenever I see her is just that furry t-shirt she had that was very interestingly designed, to say the least. I'm surprised she's not wearing it right now. I mean, that WWE commission to draw it worked so hard on it. I'm surprised that they just didn't put it in the game. Or, sorry. Released it on WWE Shop. Because, of course, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, boy. Heath Slater. He's got kids. He's got kids and a comfy new job on Raw. I mean, it's better than being undrafted like a few years ago where nobody wanted Heath Slater. And now he makes it to at least the top 15 Raw draft pick. SmackDown's next pick. Wait a second. Mr. McMahon? Excuse me? Why is Mr. McMahon in the draft? Did he want to return to active competition too? Is that what's up? He wasn't happy winning the WWE Championship and the ECW Championship. He has to get his big dumb nose involved in this. Well, regardless of what you think of the guy, Vince McMahon, number 11 in the SmackDown side. Oh boy. Now here's a young upstart that Dusty would definitely build his brand around. The sensational Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali, one of the most exciting wrestlers on 205 Live. Now a member of the core Raw roster. The things this guy can do in the ring are crazy. And to see him put on a show with some of the big names is going to be crazy. Baron Blade! Draft over. Draft is over. How can you top Baron Blade being drafted to SmackDown? Baron Blade, he got fat. He got fat and decided that his indie promotion just wasn't cutting it anymore. Baron Blade and Mr. McMahon on the same roster is going to yield some very interesting results indeed. Aiden English, the next pick for Raw. And we're going to be getting a musical performance from the man himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, WWE presents from Chicago, Illinois,
sunglasses.
The Maestro of Mayhem.
Nice pipes, too.
The Picasso of Pain.
Lots of pain.
The Rembrandt of Rage.
This crowd's definitely not happy with this performance in the middle of our draft, but you can't argue with those singing chops of Aiden English.
Right here in WW.
Okay, I'll be quiet. Bravo! Bravo, sir! And what a way to make an impact immediately on Raw. A high vote of confidence from Dusty Rhodes. But now, Big Boss Man, who does he have in mind? Well, to go from the Maestro of Mayhem to the Man Beast, it's Rhino. Rhino now drafted to SmackDown, separated from his tag partner Heath Slater. It's going to be definitely a new, interesting path for Rhino to see whether he embarks on a singles career once again or finds a new tag partner. But you really can't go wrong with Rhino on your roster. I mean, look how freaking wide this man is. He can bench press anybody. Well, how are you going to respond to Rhino, Dusty? No. Oh my God. Fuck Hollywood, The Rock says. I'm coming home, and I'm staying home. I'm not leaving home for anything. This is a pretty good response to Big Boss Man drafting Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker by drafting the People's Champion, The Rock, away from Hollywood. The star power of The Rock, it is already well known to most everybody around the world. And now the fact that a new generation of WWE fans will be able to witness what The Rock brought to the table during the Attitude Era on Raw on a consistent basis. It's definitely going to be something that I would be tuning in for if I was on Team Raw. The Rock soaking in just a sizable few of the million and millions of Rock fans all over the world tuning in to see the Great One compete once more. All right, Big Boss Man, how do you respond to The Rock? Oh man, look at that hair, because it's Ric Flair. The Nature Boy looking like he just stepped out of a time machine. My God, look at those robes and that hair. The Nature Boy surprisingly not doing a lot of strutting, but he knows what he's here for. He's here to let everybody know that the Nature Boy is officially a part of SmackDown Live. And the hits just keep on coming with all these picks. Look at the Nature Boy in his absolute prime. Or even just before his absolute prime. My God. And stars of the future. Oh. Well, it is very fair to say that this draft has officially been woken. Matt Hardy calling for the deletion of all the other picks because he's the only one you need on the roster now. Woken Matt Hardy. The Woken Universe staying on Raw. Secured by the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. There must be something that Dusty sees that he just really likes. All right. Oh, God damn it, the police are here. I swear, this is a very legitimate stream. I am not trying to take copyright of anything. Oh my God, it's the Trojan Man. Oh no, wait, it's just Sheamus. Still though, Sheamus. One half of the Wet Bars. Being drafted by Big Boss Man to SmackDown. Away from his partner Cesaro. It's quite a bold choice of Big Boss Man to separate a tag team like this. I mean, he already drafted Kyle O'Reilly away from Undisputed Era. Is it any wonder that he would draft a guy like Sheamus? Or maybe he drafted Sheamus to get those sunglasses because it looks like Sheamus stole them from Big Boss Man. Well, either way, Sheamus is on SmackDown and the next pick from Raw. AOP! Of course it's AOP! Who wouldn't draft AOP? Oh, it's just somebody from the Authors of Pain. Acom. A Cam. A Camry. Former NXT champion. Hopefully not separated by his partner in crime, Razor, or sorry, his fellow author of literature. I guess you could call it. All right, come on, Acom, get your butt in the ring. We don't have all day.
You think you know me?
Oh my God. The legends just keep on pouring into SmackDown because here comes the rated R superstar, the ultimate opportunist, Edge. Oh man, what is there to be said about Edge? A multi-time world champion, a multiple-time tag team champion with Christian, Hulk Hogan, and Rey Mysterio. He has seen it all and done it all in this business. And to return to active competition, there must have been some groundbreaking new surgery on his neck or something to allow him to come back to the ring like this. Oh, ho, ho, ho. The Big Nasty. Pointing at his junk. Big Show, don't do that. Oh. Regardless of whether he wants to point at his junk or not, Big Show is Dusty Rhodes' next pick for Raw. He is a damn giant. And even though he's getting up there in his age, he can still do massive damage to some of the other guys on the roster, especially smaller guys like Daniel Bryan or Mustafa Ali. And a fair point to him, the guy makes any show bigger just by being there. Oh, we go from Woken to Shattered. Goldust being drafted to SmackDown. Goldust with that hair. The state of your hair, mate. This is quite a look for Goldust I haven't quite seen before. And I'm not sure if I want to see it in real life. Still, the Bizarre One, still holding on. All these years later, since making his debut in the mid-90s, scaring Ahmed Johnson. Definitely had a wig before. That weird mohawk he has. But it looks like we're breaking out of the Uso penitentiary. Here's Jimmy Uso back to wearing shorts and having face paint on. Back when he and Jay were, not running a made-up prison for wrestlers. Definitely trying to get back in the fans' good graces here. Still, no matter the attitude, Jimmy Uso, still one of the hardest working wrestlers on the roster for sure. But time will tell whether he and Jay get to run Raw together, or if they're separated, or if Jay even gets drafted, period. Speaking of blood brothers, here's a good brother right here. And Carl Anderson. With his wonderful abs that unfortunately we can't show to you right now because seeing them would give a lot of women heart palpitations, so we have to cover it up with a t-shirt at the moment. But believe me, the abs are there, and they're ready to be shown off on SmackDown. Carl Anderson making his name known in Japan with his partner Luke Gallows and as part of the Bullet Club before making his way to WWE. He has enjoyed success as a tag team champion, but depending on how this draft goes, he could tear up the singles division by himself without his partner Luke Gallows at his side. But time will tell when the GMs, Dusty Rhodes and Big Boss Man, make their very, very next picks. Ooh. Dana Brooke. Next for Team Raw. Dusty Rhodes picking the former bodybuilder for his brand. I'm not sure if she's still with Titus Worldwide or not, but whether she is or isn't, Dana Brooke is looking for an opportunity to prove herself, to show that she can hang tough with the women on Raw. And with the rosters being shaken up like this, it'll be interesting to see whether she breaks out from the current group of women with her. Yeah, the camera's following you, Dana. Don't worry about it. Pretty nice cartwheel, though. No hands. And, yeah, you got biceps, too. Man, she's really showing off those guns right now. No, you're not my enemy, Dana. I know you aren't. But anyway, SmackDown's next women's pick. Oh! Becky Lynch, the current SmackDown Women's Champion. Looks like she'll be staying on SmackDown, but whether she'll be champion once again is a completely different story. With how all championships are being vacated once the draft is complete. It'll be interesting to see whether Becky keeps her title or not. But still, Becky still has a job, and you can be happy with that at least. But who will Dusty Rhodes counter with? Oh. Now this is quite a development here. Charlotte Flair being drafted away from SmackDown to Raw. Becky Lynch's former best friend, Charlotte. Well, now her and Becky are on separate rosters. I'm wondering if Dusty is doing this for Charlotte's well-being, or that he just really wanted to have the daughter of the Nature Boy away from her father as much as possible so she can shine on her own. Charlotte has won the Women's Championship multiple times. She's definitely proven herself in the ring as one of the main event players of the women's division, whether it be on Raw or SmackDown. But with a presence like Charlotte on the roster, kind of fear for the safety of women like Lana and Dana Brooke. Oh, Trish Stratus, the next pick for SmackDown, coming out of retirement. Not to just face Alexa Bliss at Evolution later, but to come back to active competition. She's even wearing her own gear when she was managing Tess and Albert. Look at that hat. And Trish, what is there to say about Trish as far as her career? Being one of the women to really stand out alongside Lita during a scene where there wasn't a lot of opportunities being made for women in the wrestling, women in wrestling in general. Our next picks are ready to arrive. Titus O'Neil. Oh boy. Millions of dollars making moves worldwide. Hurrah, hurrah, hurrah. Oh man, the CEO of Titus Worldwide drafted Raw, ensuring that he can still make some worldwide moves wherever he goes. Maybe looking to expand on his brand, bring in more people into the fold. Titus barking at everybody. The national calling card of Titus Worldwide, you know, just start barking. SmackDown picking. Hey, wait a second. What is this? I thought Finn Balor was already drafted. Wait a minute. This isn't right. I thought Finn Balor was already drafted to Raw. What the hell is Big Boss Man doing? The hands sprouting from the ground as they reach for Finn Balor, I guess. But like I said, he was already drafted to Raw, so what is this? Wait a minute. The demon of Finn Balor? Wait a minute. Did Big Boss Man draft the demon specifically? Can the demon count as his own person? That is actually quite a philosophical issue here. Whether the demonic half of Finn Balor can count as his own entity, his own being. Just sharing the name Finn Balor so us mortals can easily identify him. But maybe this demon has a lot more of his own side, of his own personality, of his own being, than just being a part of Finn Balor. Maybe he broke completely free of Finn Balor, and now he just wants to expand and spread his wings, so to speak, as he's doing here. Still though, this is a very, very controversial pick. It'll be something to see whether the demonic side of Finn Balor and the human side of Finn Balor meet at one point on a co-brand pay-per-view. either way, the demon, as it would just be more apropos to call him now, the demon, ready. And ready to break down the walls. The next pick for Raw, Chris Jericho. Hot off a recent New Japan event. Chris Jericho expanding his influence, definitely, into New Japan and anywhere he wants to go, really. It'll be interesting to see whether he's actually a main active part of the Raw roster and whether he's ready to settle back into WWE or whether he'll come and go as he pleases. Well, regardless of his career decisions, he's still got to respect the career that Chris Jericho has made for himself and the fact that he's in such high demand in other promotions. Chris Jericho, he can definitely still go in the ring. Cupping his ears to the approval of this Sacramento audience. Oh boy! Whoa! The former general manager of SmackDown, Greg the Hammer Valentine, has been ousted from his position by the Big Boss Man. And I guess to show a sign of mercy, Big Boss Man drafting Greg the Hammer Valentine onto the show he formerly ran. I don't know if this is what really Greg Valentine wanted. I think he probably would have wanted to stick around to running SmackDown. Well, okay then. This is an interesting choice for sure. Paige, also coming out of retirement, deciding to hang up the mantle of SmackDown General Manager to return to the ring. I guess anything's possible in the world of WWE. I guess Paige wants to remind the women of WWE that no matter where she is, exactly that, this is her house. And you gotta start paying rent. Or else she'll report you and get you evicted or something, I guess. I don't know how legal running of WWE rings works. Oh, SmackDown bringing one of the women of the Attitude Era back, Ivory. With this music that sounded way too much like the Pretty Mean Sisters theme. But it would be beneficial for some of these younger women to learn something from legends like Ivory. Alright, who does Raw select? Oh, not a surprise to see that they're keeping Sasha Banks. It's definitely not surprised to see her chosen in this draft. Probably more of a surprise that it took this long to pick her. Still though, Sasha Banks, a proven force in the ring, a multi-time women's champion on Raw and NXT. She has waged war with Bayley in the first ever women's Iron Man match under the WWE umbrella. Whether Sasha remains the boss with this new field of women is something to wonder. Oh man. Ronda Rousey, the current Raw Women's Champion, deciding to test the waters in SmackDown, or rather, Big Boss Man wants her to test the waters in SmackDown. Wearing her Roddy Piper-esque rowdy shirt with the blessing of the Hot Rods family, Ronda Rousey has made a successful transition thus far from MMA to pro wrestling, with the eyes of the world upon her as she did. That is quite a way to conclude this round of picks with Ronda Rousey. The bettors are ready to make their entrance, or draft picks, I should say. Another round of women picks. Starting off this round, it is Maurice, wife of The Miz, already back in amazing shape for having a child not so long ago. Brushing aside the fans here, making no friends, obviously. Ooh-wee indeed. It's been a while since Maurice has been in very active competition in the women's division. Maybe with her years of new experience, it'll help her out. While Alexa Bliss, Little Miss Bliss, has been drafted to SmackDown. She herself has already won her fair share of championships on both Raw and SmackDown. And she has definitely stood out as one of the best talkers in the women's division currently. Liz, she may be small, but her mouth and her spirit are definitely making up for her size. It's time to feel the glow as Dusty Rhodes has drafted Naomi. And now we're just straight up in a rave right now. Oh, that was a pretty nice fly in there, Naomi. Naomi brings with her a lot of athletic experience as a former cheerleader, and she has been using some of the athleticism that she had acquired during her time in the ring. She herself is a former champion, and she definitely brings with her a lot of acrobatic ability and a lot of energy too. As was obvious there with a very, very pink outfit. Pink and lime green. Nikki Bella drafted to SmackDown. don't know how much of a popular pick she would have been a couple years ago, but with her time here in WWE, she still managed to keep herself in the spotlight with Total Divas and then Total Bellas. Nikki definitely doesn't shy away from the spotlight either. I don't have much else to say about Nikki Bella other than, well, she's been drafted. Another round of women wrestlers. I'm not complaining, but this has been quite a string of women being picked right now, with Nia Jax as the next pick for Raw. She is definitely not like most girls, that's for sure. Then again, who really are the quote-unquote most girls? Where are they from? What do they do for a living? What makes them most? Nia Jax wasting no time getting this draft going along. Oh, now this is someone very new to me, certainly. Shayna Baszler, a former NXT Women's Champion, with a lot of MMA background experience to her name. Shayna Baszler made waves in the Mae Young Classic, only to be defeated by her now roster compatriot, Kairi Sane. I wonder if she'll reignite her rivalry with Kairi, or move on to somebody else to prove that she deserves to be in title talks for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Alright, the next pick for Raw. Oh man! Lita, WWE Hall of Famer, also coming out of retirement. A lot of wrestlers in this draft are deciding to lace the boots back on. Lita, a former multi-time women's champion, highly regarded as the main rival of Trish Stratus. Her and Lita have waged war many times in the ring and entertaining the crowd at the same time. The first two women to main event a Monday Night Raw. Sonya Deville, not to be confused with Cruella. Next pick for SmackDown. Another woman with MMA experience. I wouldn't be surprised if her and Shayna Baszler end up teaming up to show that MMA women are the new trend, with them and Ronda Rousey on the same roster. Whew. There is a healthy balance going on of talent being chosen, so we'll see who's next. Ariya Daivari. Now, if the name Daivari seems familiar to you, that's because this man right here, Ariya Daivari, is the brother of former WWE superstar Shawn Daivari. And it looks like Ariya is aiming to prove himself in this current generation of wrestlers. He does have all the opportunity in the world to do just that. But on a very stacked Raw roster, that'll prove to be difficult.
Here we go.
Oh, the money does talk. As much as this man likes to do, Shane O'Mac, the former SmackDown General Manager Shane McMahon, coming home to SmackDown, but this time as an active competitor. Shane McMahon, a former European champion, he is definitely well known for some of his death-defying leaps and falls over the years, ingraining himself in people's minds as a guy who will do anything it takes to win, sacrificing his body. Oh, there's only one person that war call could belong to. Tatanka, the War Eagle. I think that's one of his nicknames, the War Eagle. Something like that. Tatanka, formerly having a 2-year undefeated streak. During his debut days in the WWE, Tatanka looking pretty good as he chops the air and gets ready to show what he's got on the Raw roster now that it's changed so many years later. But who does SmackDown pick to counter Tatanka? Oh my God. The Bruiserweight, the WWE United Kingdom Champion, Pete Dunne. This young man right here has the world wide open to him. Proudly proclaiming himself a member of British Strong Style, Pete Dunne embodies the meaning of hard hitting. This kid loves to fight, loves to brawl, loves to throw down. And Pete Dunne, it'd be advisable for a lot of the other upstarts on SmackDown to get out of this kid's way or fear getting your fingers broken. Oh, the Scotsman, the chosen one, Drew McIntyre, stakes his claim on Raw. While that inflatable tube guy is just standing there menacingly, but not as menacingly as this big, bruising Scotsman. Honestly, a guy who could stand up to Pete Dunne if he wished. But now that Drew's on Raw, that's not going to happen, at least anytime soon. Still though, Drew McIntyre, a former Tag Team Champion and Intercontinental Champion, and former NXT Champion. McIntyre letting out a roar as he's prepared to fulfill the legacy that Mr. McMahon said he would all those years ago. The shape Drew McIntyre is in is amazing. Oh my God. that music can only mean one man has been drafted to SmackDown. The Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt. Lantern in hand, on his way to the ring to show everybody a new person of fear on the SmackDown roster. Bray Wyatt, a former WWE champion, has been a constant presence ever since debuting back in 2014. Whether with the family or on his own, Bray Wyatt has definitely shown himself to still be a force to be reckoned with countless times. Just when you think you've brought Bray Wyatt down, he always comes back. Members of the WWE Universe being showered with fireflies, while some are joining in with their cell phones. Bray Wyatt, the man of the Bayou, now on SmackDown. Next pick of Raw, Roderick Strong. Also of Undisputed Era. He may not dress like it, but he is certainly a welcome member of it. And that makes another pick of Undisputed Era separating from NXT. I don't know if Dusty had Roderick's connections to Undisputed Era in mind while making this pick, or whether he didn't even think Roderick was part of the group based on his attire right now. But the facts are that Roderick Strong is a Raw member now. Kalisto, one half of the former tag team, the Lucha Dragons, a United States champion and Cruiserweight champion, making his way to the ring, while his former tag partner, Sin Cara, took the #1 pick in the draft. It's definitely something to wonder if the two will team up on the pursuit of singles gold, or whether they will try and run the tag team division. All right. I don't know why they were stretching. This is not a match. You guys are crazy. And the picks are ready to make their appearance. The next pick for Raw, Jim the Anvil Neidhart. Yo, well, I don't know why you're yelling at me, sir. You got drafted. I thought you'd be happy about it. The beard-stroking maniac of the Hart Foundation, Jim Neidhart, making his way to the ring. While very accomplished as a tag team wrestler, unfortunately, he didn't have too much success on his own in the 90s after separating from Bret Hart. But maybe this is a sign that times have changed and that Jim Neidhart could be the one to become Universal Champion even. Or Intercontinental Champion, whatever championship he gets. Walking meme. Randy Orton. The Viper. The Apex Predator. The Legend Killer. Whatever moniker Randy Orton goes by, you can't deny that he has had a very successful career in WWE. Holding multiple world championships. The Intercontinental Championship on one occasion. Or two. I don't know how many times he won it. But he definitely won it in his early years. Going from just that kid whose father was Cowboy Bob Orton Jr. to his own man. And regardless of what you think about Randy Orton, you can't take that away from him. Randy Orton has definitely created his own legacy within the history of WWE. And he is looking to continue his, what he would call the Age of Orton, through continued success on SmackDown. Randy Orton, former Vine sensation thanks to RKO out of nowhere, as some of Randy's fans pose along with him. Randy Orton, you really can't go wrong with him on your roster. Oh, now this is another NXT call-up right here. A young stud getting his chance out of nowhere. Angelo Dawkins of the Street Profits. As he was just doing, he knows that he's going to stir the pot. At least I think he's stirring the pot, or maybe he's making like a big old batch of cookie dough. I don't know. I mean, the bowl he's holding is pretty big. Angelo Dawkins spending quite a number of years in NXT. But now, with this call-up to the Raw roster, Angelo Dawkins might just very well get the chance that he feels he deserves. Angelo Dawkins stirring that cookie dough. I mean, I don't know what he's really trying to stir. Most people would say he's stirring the pot, but again, with that big bowl, it would be the cookie dough. And you really can't say dough in regards to acquiring this man, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, to your roster. A legitimate legend of the business. Ricky Steamboat, part of one of the most memorable and greatest WrestleMania matches of all time against Macho Man Randy Savage for the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 3. He has waged many wars against the likes of the Nature Boy Ric Flair, with each encounter better than the last. Ricky Steamboat, hailing from Honolulu, Hawaii, ready to show why he should be the one and true dragon of WWE. Next pick for Raw, Hideo Itami. Wait, Hideo Itami, excuse me. Hideo Itami demanding he be respected. Okay, we're not having a match. Stop ringing the bell, whoever's doing that. All right, fine. If you think you gotta ring the bell, do it, but we're not having a match here. Okay, anyway. Dale Itami. Dale Itami. Deodorant Itami. Hideo Itami, a star in Japan, before coming to NXT and then 205 Live. It feels like he has fallen to the wayside in lieu of different talents that are taking his spotlight. And Hideo Itami hoping with this run on Raw, being drafted by the American Dream's Dusty Rhodes, that he can show what he brought to Japan, while SmackDown's big boss man has drafted the bad guy, Razor Ramon. With his hair full of Crisco. I mean, that is what he put in his hair. It's Crisco. Didn't you know? Razor Ramon looking like he's in no mood to take a survey and rather just throw toothpicks at the fans and our cameramen. Razor Ramon, a former Intercontinental Champion, having a barnstormer of a match with Shawn Michaels in a ladder match at WrestleMania 10. Quite possibly helping Shawn Michaels steal the show. Razor Ramon definitely knows how to make an entrance and how to make himself stand out from the crowd. With all those gold chains, his flashy colors. SmackDown has definitely gone a little bit better with Razor Ramon. Oh, wait a minute. It's King Booker. Now having been drafted to Raw, maybe to rule over Raw while Dusty Rhodes isn't around. With Royal Scepter in hand, no Sharmell. Maybe Sharmell is out, running the Kingdom of Booker or something. But still, quite a pick for any roster is King Booker. King of the Ring, to be exact. A position held before by the likes of Stone Cold Steve Austin, Owen Hart, Edge, Brock Lesnar, Sheamus, and William Regal. You can't deny, though, what King Booker has done with the position of King of the Ring. And before this song starts looping again, I'm skipping it. His song is going to loop multiple times. And yes. My friend KJ's favorite wrestler, quote unquote, favorite, Triple H, drafted to SmackDown. Yes, my phone is ringing with my friend KJ's approval at this pick of Triple H being drafted to SmackDown. Triple H's accomplishments do speak for themselves. Multiple-time world champion, an intercontinental champion, an undisputed champion, defeating Chris Jericho at WrestleMania X8. Regardless of how you feel about Triple H, you cannot deny the fact that he has made a success out of his career. And yes, hair implants was a signing bonus for Triple H. Big Boss Man gave Triple H his hair back. But whether Triple H continues his dominance that he's shown over the past several years is up for debate, because he has the likes of Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Ric Flair to contend with on this SmackDown roster. So it remains to be seen whether Triple H can hang with them or might possibly be dethroned by a newer, younger talent. KJ continuing to show her support of Triple H. The game wants to play for sure. Raw's next pick, Jason Jordan. Jason Jordan quite possibly given a chance that, or not quite a chance, more like a second chance at showing what he can truly do on the Raw roster. Yes, indeed, Baby Angle, Kurt Angle's son, Jason Jordan.
Who is currently dealing with a neck injury in real life, and I'm hoping for his good recovery.
Jason Jordan, a former tag team champion in NXT, Raw, and SmackDown. He has secured his place back on Raw and is hoping for more singles success than he's had previously. Cedric Alexander, the Cruiserweight champion, at least until earlier today. The next pick for SmackDown. Rumor has it that from his previous experience with 1 week contracts under Greg Valentine, Cedric Alexander convinced Big Boss Man to give him a 10-year contract with SmackDown. So Cedric's not going to have to worry about rent or any bills for at least a very long time with that 10-year contract. He learned his mistake from having weekly contracts, so hopefully Cedric can translate that into further success. Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, also receiving the NXT call-up. Now free from that bearded madman, Tomato Ciampa. Johnny Gargano, you know, the plucky babyface that definitely tries his damnedest. Yes, KJ, I know you have no idea who most of these guys are, but you're going to learn more about them as this universe begins. Johnny Gargano really first making his mark in WWE during the Cruiserweight Classic, being matched up with his former DIY tag partner, Tomato Ciampa. Hopefully with him out of Johnny's hair, Johnny can focus on a much stronger singles career. Wow! This fucking freak! Lars Sullivan! Good God, look at this freak! Another NXT call-up. Lars Sullivan with his sandwich tattoo is ready to haunt SmackDown and make life a living hell for quite a number of superstars. Whoever he picks as his first victim, that's entirely up to Lars. Oh my God. Apparently Lars Sullivan can teleport, as that bright flash of light proved. Teleportation skills to rival The Undertaker. For a second, I thought the feed went bad. No, KJ, he's not Isaac Yankum. I'm pretty sure he would take Isaac Yankum and shove him into the dentist chair and drill his teeth out. Raw's next pick. Jojo Rawley. Best friend of Rob Gronkowski. I think they're still friends. I don't know. Oh, Mojo Rawley doesn't want to be here. Okay. Now he's beating up the ground. He hates the ground. He's yelling at him. What is this guy? Oh. I guess that was his version of a running start. Mojo Rawley's weird. First he used to be hype, and now he's just some weirdo who runs around a lot. With this very depressing music, to be honest. Like, I know there's, like, trying to be intimidating, but this music just makes me feel sad. Anyway, how does SmackDown counter? Oh my God! Back from the dead, the British Bulldog, looking as jacked as ever, ready to slap fans, as he is the latest pick for SmackDown. He is in a very bad mood right now. I would think being given his life back and a secure job would have done something for him, but I guess not. He just seems to be very, very sour. Good God, he's more top-heavy than I remember. Well. Oh, you cannot mess with perfection. Perfection like Mr. Perfect. Mr. Perfect, the embodiment of a workhorse wrestler, busting his tail day in and day out with his technical skills and wrestling acumen, proving why he deserves to be remembered more often as one of the greatest wrestlers of his time. Well, now Mr. Perfect has the opportunity to do just that on Monday Night Raw. Mr. Perfect, the father of E-Team member Curtis Axel. Mr. Perfect has definitely had a lot more success to his name than his son, but maybe that will change depending on how this draft turns out. We will never know. Unless it happens. Oh! And the legends just keep on coming. Rowdy Roddy Piper on the SmackDown roster, joining the woman who is, I would say, carrying on his legacy, Ronda Rousey. So now SmackDown has gone very, very rowdy with now him and Ronda on the same roster. The unpredictable, off his rocker, some would say, Rowdy Roddy Piper, who has created many, many moments for himself thanks to Piper's Pit, like cracking a coconut over Jimmy Snuka's skull. Hot Rod looking to show that he's still got what it takes to be one of the top guys in WWE, let alone SmackDown. All right. Wow, with a group of legends like that and Mojo Rawley, really can't go wrong with somebody's pick, honestly. Picks are now making their way. Raw has chosen Rick the Model Martel. Equipped with his signature fragrance, Arrogance. Rick Martel. Definitely looking as stylish as he can be, making his way to the ring. Rick Martel, part of a former tag team with Tito Santana before becoming the Model, infamously sprayed his fragrance right into the eyes of Jake the Snake Roberts, temporarily paralyzing him for quite some time, leading to a blindfold match at WrestleMania 8. So Rick Martel has definitely had a place in WWE history. And it looks like now he's trying to sell his fragrance to everybody now. Ugh. Oh God! Ugh. What did he just run? Like, did he dilute a bunch of gain detergent? Oh God, that smelled awful. Oh, now here's a pretty obscure pick for Big Boss Man. It's Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express. Definitely looking like he's come out of the 80s with this getup. But you cannot deny the success he's had with Robert Gibson as the Rock and Roll Express. One of the premier tag teams in the 80s. Ricky Morton most likely looking to strike it out on his own here. The Colons! But which one? That looks to be, I believe, Epico. Yes, Epico Colon. I'm sorry, I'm getting worn out. That's pronounced Cologne. 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 Epico Cologne, not colon. Okay. All right. Anyway, Epico of the Cologne, relative to former WWE superstar Carlito, making his way to the ring. Epico's a former WWE Tag Team Champion, but it hasn't had too much success lately in the way of titles. So, with an opportunity creating drafts such as this, it is quite possible that Epico could be a breakout star who could come out of nowhere. And KJ with a bunch of inappropriate puns. Oh, now we have a bigger name coming out of the draft right now. The Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose. The former Shield member, from the looks of his getup right now. Former world champion in his own right. One of the longest reigning United States champions. Dean Ambrose, drafted to SmackDown, his old stomping ground. Who knows who Dean Ambrose might have in his sights as he joins SmackDown Live. Well, whoever he does set his sights on, you will know that he will throw everything he has at them. Oh, goodness. A glorious pick for Raw, taking Bobby Roode. Whether the pick is truly glorious or not, it depends on your opinion of Bobby Roode. But the man has made a name for himself regardless. An NXT champion, a United States champion, and a champion in another promotion. It's been Bobby's success and self-proven worth that has brought him here. And now he is drafted to Raw. Not much else I can say about Bobby Roode that I can say without bringing up other promotions in particular. But the crowd definitely approves of this pick, singing along with Bobby Roode's theme song. And you can't deny that you can't deny that the song's catchy. It's definitely a great way to get the crowd fired up. So Bobby Roode will have a lot of other great talent to contend with as SmackDown picks somebody from the Revival. Scott Dawson of the Revival being drafted to SmackDown. No flips, just fists is the moniker that he and his partner Dash Wilder go by. So it's looking pretty likely that Scott Dawson will have to carry that out on his own. He's definitely ready to show off those fists to the other members of the WWE audience. Scott Dawson's very fired up for his opportunity on SmackDown. So it remains to be seen who will be joining him in this round. Oh, another member of a tag team being separated from their partner, but who is it this time? From TM61. It's Shane Thorne being separated from his partner Nick Miller, also known as Big Dick Nick in some corners. Shane Thorne possibly being given a chance to succeed where Nick Miller hasn't. So that would be pretty hard to do since Nick Miller is one of the greatest wrestlers on the planet Earth today. Still, with his towel in hand, to rally the crowd up, Shane Thorne will most likely be trying to live by the words on his shirt that the mighty don't kneel. Holy crap, like a bat out of hell from parts unknown, the Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior trying to blow up Bobby Roode. Unsuccessful, but he made the attempt. The Ultimate Warrior. One of the most memorable wrestlers of the 80s and 90s. In his battles with Hulk Hogan, the Honky Tonk Man, Rick Rude, Macho Man Randy Savage, the Ultimate Warrior has been a part of a lot of many high-profile matches over the years. Enter. Oh my goodness. It's the lamer Kane. Damn it. The next pick for Monday Night Raw, the Big Red Machine Kane.
Can we get like the older Kane?
As Kane makes eye contact with me under that Casey Jones mask, Kane, a constant name when talking about the greatest big men in WWE history, leaving a trail of bodies and flames in his wake. Kane, at times, showing no mercy to those around him, being the absolute monster that he was when he first showed up in WWE, alongside Paul Bearer. Oh, and as if to answer the call of Kane, a physical monster Here comes a guy who could very well be described as a mental monster. A guy capable of messing with opponents' heads like no other superstar can. A man of psychological warfare, Jake the Snake Roberts. Carrying that burlap sack with his faithful python Damien inside. As Jake's song says, he's asking if everybody could possibly trust him, which the answer is no, you never, ever trust a snake. But Jake Roberts, one of the greatest men to have never won a title in WWE, making him now a member of SmackDown. I'm just scared for the other people who are going to have to deal with him. Is it time? Is it time to rise with the Ascension? Or specifically Connor? It seems so. As Connor's the next pick for Raw. Separating from his partner, Victor. Connor's been enjoying himself a bit of a winning streak recently on Raw, and it looks like he'll be able to continue that on the flagship show. Connor of the Ascension, former NXT Tag Team Champion. But some would say he went through a pretty long stall of success for the past several months, even years. But now he's been given an opportunity to show why the Ascension were one of the longest reigning tag champions of their time. And it looks like it's the other half of the Colons. Yes, I know it's the clones, but Colons just funnier. It's Primo. Primo. Primo Colon. Fine, I'm just Primo Cologne. For some reason he likes to enter the ring the same way as his cousin Epico, so yeah, we're gonna have to fix that. Okay. Yeah, we're kicking Primo out of the way. We've got stuff to do. Raw's next pick. Slap base, Alundra Blaze. This is 420. No, that's not like.
Damn, you guys gotta give me this information before I.
This is 420. Alundra Blaze, a three-time women's champion in WWE before transitioning to WCW as Medusa, throwing the WWF Women's Championship in the trash can for because Eric Bischoff told her to, I think. And that got her blacklisted for quite some time, but Alundra Blaze obviously paid her dues back now that she's once again part of the active women's roster. So who does... Oh. Peyton Royce of the Iconics. Crowd's not too happy with this selection, but Peyton Royce, quite a bold pick for Big Boss Man in these last goings of the draft. With her intro theme provided by Alvin and the Chipmunks, our collaborative album, Chipmunks Sing the WWE Hits, coming out this Christmas. Be on the lookout for that. Royce definitely appealing to certain members of the WWE audience with some of his posing she's doing. Payne, no, you can't pick your nose while you're on the job, okay? I know you probably had a booger in there, but you can't do that. And it was only a matter of time until someone drafted this woman. Because how could you have a roster and a women's division without Asuka? Asuka, the sensation from Japan, before arriving to WWE and NXT, establishing herself as one of the most dominant women we have seen this decade in the women's division. Never losing her NXT title, only having to give it up due to injury. And then winning the Women's Royal Rumble earlier this year in an unsuccessful attempt to defeat Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, but still, the defeat does not take away what Asuka has accomplished for herself. And establishing her position as one of the top women to be feared in any group. I don't know how you can counter a pick like Asuka for your roster, but let's see what SmackDown has. Oh, I think somebody called in a favor. Because here comes Stephanie McMahon, the latest pick for SmackDown, which, you know, conveniently her husband is now current member on. I would almost think that Triple H might have used a bit of his influence to make sure his wife gets the spot. But at the risk of losing my job, I will not make any baseless accusations like that. Totally not. Maybe it was just totally a luck of the draw for Stephanie. The Big Boss Man obviously sees something in her that he considered draft worthy. Stephanie McMahon, she is a women's champion during way back in the Attitude Era, but one can only guess what she tries to do nowadays with her new position as women's division competitor. Now this is a name that should have gone a lot earlier than now, but at least he's getting his chance. It's Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle, the only Olympic gold medalist to compete in WWE and all over the world. Kurt Angle's legacy speaks for itself. With all of the matches he's had, ingraining themselves into the minds of fans everywhere. And it looks like he got a bit of some hair implants himself. Regaining the hair of yesteryear. Oh, Stone Cold Steve Austin. One of the biggest names in WWE history. Making his way to the ring as a member of SmackDown. That bald dome has seen it all and done it all in this business. One of the driving forces of the Attitude Era, Stone Cold, has returned to the ring, aiming to probably capture the WWE Championship once more and show all of these young bucks,
young studs. Jackson's, please so movie.
These young studs, just what it takes to be a big name in WWE. Not quite 10, more like a different number, but The perfect 10, Ty Dillinger. He's definitely a guy who will work hard and do whatever it takes to make sure his career ends on a perfect 10. And with the spot ready and waiting for him on Raw to get that chance. Having competed in WWE back in the mid-aughts before being released and finding his way back, Ty Dillinger has gained a lot of experience during his time on the outs with WWE. And now he's hoping to translate that experience into newfound success. Oh, it's Christian. Nah, I'm just kidding. It's Christian! Toronto, Ontario, Canada's favorite son. Maybe besides Edge. Christian, definitely one of the most overlooked wrestlers when you're talking about some of the best that came out of the Attitude Era. Winning multiple tag championships along with Edge. Innovating the TLC match concept at WrestleMania alongside the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys. Christian has been a part of many historic matches, but just doesn't seem to get the credit he deserves. But now that he's back and ready to flip the switch on the other wrestlers in the men's division, it might very well be time for Christian to have that world title run he thinks he deserves, that one more match. Looking out at all of his peeps in the WWE Universe, Christian is the 50th pick in the Randoverse draft. And probably happy he even got a spot at all.
Oh, WWE Universe! Don't you dare
goodness.
be sour! Clap for your longest reigning tag champs and feel the power!
Feeling the power indeed. Xavier Woods, one of the last picks for Monday Night Raw, edging out, maybe edging out Kofi Kingston and Big E. The trombone playing, video game playing, Black Ranger cosplaying nerd himself, Xavier Woods, now a singles man on the Raw roster. With Francesca 2 Turbo in hand, Xavier Woods probably aiming for the Intercontinental title he probably thought he deserved when he was aiming for the U.S. title, but the Intercontinental title is just as good. All right, SmackDown's second to last pick. Oh, we're getting shocked again, but by who? Bobby Fish. Bobby Fish now pulled out of NXT, joining his tag partner Kyle O'Reilly here on SmackDown. I guess Big Boss Man thought, hey, if we got one guy who's part of the tag team champions, might as well get the other. And so Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish are both representing Undisputed Era now on SmackDown. But whether they get assigned as a tag team is another guess entirely. Still has the belt around the waist suggests, Bobby Fish has had a lot of experience as a tag team wrestler. So whether he joins the tag division or goes out as his own man will be interesting to know once we get to it. All right, the last pick for Raw. That music sounds pretty familiar. And it is Kevin Nash, the last man of the Raw roster draft. Big, sexy Kevin Nash, one of the leaders of the New World Order in its heyday. Now, probably looking to take over Raw with the same amount of velocity and ego and some would say coolness of the NWO. Formerly Big Daddy Cool Diesel, Kevin Nash probably found his best success as part of the NWO. So, hopefully his quads won't give out on him this time. Yeah, I know, obligatory quad joke. Kind of had to happen. Whether we have a supplemental draft after this or not, I don't know. How fitting is it that this draft's Mr. Irrelevant is Dolph Ziggler? I don't know if that's just a cruel joke by Big Boss Man or if he didn't mean to, but Mr. Irrelevant Dolph Ziggler kind of sounds way too fitting, and that's very, very sad, to be honest. Dolph Ziggler, a former world champion and intercontinental champion. You would think Dolph would be held in higher regard, but I guess Big Boss Man just thought, nah, he deserved to be Mr. Irrelevant. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as much as some wrestlers would have had great spots given to them in the draft, I guess that was not to be, unless something changes here in a second. But the draft has been finished. Whether some of the names that were up for, some of the names that were eligible just end up going to NXT, that's up to the boss himself. But let's have an official rundown of these new rosters. For Raw, Andrade Cien Almas, Finn Balor, Mandy Rose, Lana, Daniel Bryan, Lindsay Dorado, Tucker Knight, El Mango. Again, I just snuck the cater. Liv Morgan, Mickie James, Heath Slater, Mustafa Ali, Aiden English, The Rock, Matt Hardy, Akam, Jimmy Uso, Big Show, Dana Brooke, Charlotte Flair, Titus O'Neil, Chris Jericho, Paige, Sasha Banks, Maurice, Naomi, Nia Jax, Lita, Arya Davari, Tatanka, Drew McIntyre, Roderick Strong, Jim Neidhart, Angelo Dawkins, Hideo Itami, King Booker, Jason Jordan, Johnny Gargano, Mojo Rawley, Mr. Perfect, Rick Martel, Epico Cologne, Bobby Roode, Shane Thorne, Kane, Connor, Alundra Blaze, Asuka, Kurt Angle, Ty Dillinger, Xavier Woods, Kevin Nash. And representing SmackDown, Sin Cara, Sting, Carmella, Kairi Sane, Jinder Mahal, Kyle O'Reilly, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Tamina, Alicia Fox, Mr. McMahon, Baron Blade, Rhino, Ric Flair, Sheamus, Edge, Goldust, Carl Anderson, Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus, the demon side of Finn Balor, Greg Valentine, Ivory, Ronda Rousey, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Bella, Shayna Baszler, Sonya Deville, Shane McMahon, Keith Dunn, Bray Wyatt, Kalisto, Randy Orton, Ricky Steamboat, Razor Ramon, Triple H, Cedric Alexander, Lars Sullivan, British Bulldog, Roddy Piper, Ricky Morton, Dean Ambrose, Scott Dawson, Ultimate Warrior, Jake Roberts, Primo, Peyton Royce, Stephanie McMahon, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Christian, Bobby Fish, and Mr. Irrelevant, Dolph Ziggler. 4 out of 10, no doink. First 2 tag teams of the new Raw Tag Team Division. Well, Big Show's one half of one team. Now that is something. Tag team with a Big Show is, I would certainly say, is beneficial with having a big guy like that on your side. Alright, but we already seen him come out completely, but let's find out who his partner is. Oh man. Epico Cologne and the Big Show. Now that is definitely different, I will say. Alright, but who is another team? Oh, now this is quite something, as The Rock has been a tag team champion, I believe, but not quite known as a tag team wrestler, or highly regarded as going out on his own. So, who exactly did The Rock get paired up with? Rick Martel and The Rock. I think I gotta start coming up with some tag team names for these guys. Wow. That's definitely a team you wouldn't see in 100 years. The Rock and Rick Martel. Determined. Have been determined. Well, looks like Jey Uso is getting back in the tag division, but without his brother. Sorry, Jimmy. I can't tell these guys apart. Jimmy. They're twins. What do you expect? All right, Jimmy Uso getting back into the tag division with a whole new partner. Well, whoever that partner is, I don't know. Looks like I totally do know. Oh, now this is quite a new team. Jimmy Uso and Arya Daivari. Yeah. Sorry. Might be getting sick, I don't know. tell you one thing, the randomizer definitely makes some odd pairings, but maybe this is one that'll work out between Jimmy Uso and Daivari. Nothing like a perfect tag team. Mr. Perfect, one half of this next team. Who is his partner? The Perfect Symphony, so perhaps? Aiden English, the tag partner of Mr. Perfect, and I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to cut you off there, Aiden. One of the young studs from NXT, Angelo Dawkins, looking to get back in the tag business with his big old bowl of cookie dough. All right, but who is his partner? Well, if you gotta go with a tag partner, might as well make it a glorious one. Because it looks like Angelo Dawkins and Bobby Roode are now going to join forces. Quite an interesting team here. All right, but Mr. Smash Trophy, I'm gonna have to you shuffle off a bit because we need to give the last team. Guy who's had success with tag teams that led to championships, Heath Slater. Wow. All right, but who is now Heath Slater's partner? Well, besides Big Show, if you needed somebody to watch your back, hopefully watch your back and not, rip your spine from it, Kane would be a pretty decent choice in that regard. So, as it stands, our tag teams are Big Show and Epico, The Rock and Rick Martel, Jimmy Uso and Arya Daivari, Mr. Perfect and Aiden English, Angelo Dawkins and Bobby Roode, Slater and Kane. Wow. All right. The number one boy, Sin Cara, aiming towards the tag division. You would think that Sin Cara, with his number one status, would try and aim for a world title shot, but I guess he's pretty content to aim for the tag titles. And his partner, new partner, oh God, Sin Cara and Razor Ramon. That is not a pairing I would expect, even randomized. But I can't argue with it. And it's given us the pairing of Sin Cara and Razor Ramon. How this team pans out is anyone's guess. All right, but the next team, who's the first half? The Heartbreak Kid, making an aim for the tag titles. Now that's something. The Heartbreak Kid has won tag team gold before, but those are more like footnotes in the legendary career he has amassed for himself. Anyway, with a guy like Shawn Michaels, who would be his tag partner? gosh. Now this is a team. How can you go wrong with Shawn Michaels and the Nature Boy Ric Flair as a tag team? That is the team to keep your eyes on. As we find out our other team. Oh. Well, that's a pretty bold way to say, yeah, Goldust is in the team now. But he's here, so that means Goldust was assigned somebody. So let's see who's the poor soul who has to deal with him.
Here we go.
Oh. Shane McMahon, the new tag partner of Goldust. No wonder Goldust keeps making movies. Shane McMahon keeps funding them with all the money he makes. Here comes the money for your next production, Goldust. And a very unlikely pairing of Goldust and Shane McMahon. And Rhino probably besmirched over Heath Slater breaking up with him. He's found a new tag partner for himself. But now who would that be?
Trust me.
Ooh. A rhinoceros and a snake. A very, very odd duo on looks. If you look at Rhino and Jake Roberts side by side. But realize just how much of a predator both these men are. Rhino on a physical level and Jake Roberts on a psychological one. You really can't go wrong with a pair of predators like these two. And well, that will do it for these first 4 tag teams. But we have 2 more tag teams to go before we assign our champions with these last 2 teams. Yeah. I had a feeling this was coming. Considering how title hungry Triple H has been over his entire career, I wouldn't be surprised if he wanted to add tag championships to his waist, along with probably every other title he can think of. But with Triple H being one half of a new tag team, who's his partner? It's obviously not Shawn Michaels. Wait a second. What's he doing here? Dusty, you're on Raw. Dusty, what are you doing here? Dusty, you're general manager of Raw. You can't be in a tag team with Triple H. Dusty. No, Dusty. Oh boy. I think he's been drinking again. The other team that was assembled before, Dusty Rhodes snuck past the backstage security. Lars Sullivan, making himself probably the leader of this next team by default just for this imposing stature. But who would be crazy enough to team up with such a freak? Captain Charisma. I guess he's looking to expand his list of people he's won a tag title with. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm getting word that Dusty Rhodes actually knocked out Triple H's actual tag partner. The American Dream has apparently been partying way too hard in his GM office. So we'll be getting a word in for who Triple H's actual new partner is by the time the first SmackDown Live comes up. But now, ladies and gentlemen, the new champions have been assigned. Here are the new title holders for Raw and SmackDown. The new Universal Champion is The Big Show. The new Intercontinental Champion, Chris Jericho. The new Raw Tag Team Champions, Angelo Dawkins and Bobby Roode. And the new Raw Women's Champion, Sasha Banks. The new WWE Champion, Rhino. The United States Champion, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. The SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Sin Cara and Razor Ramon. And the SmackDown Women's Champion, Shayna Baszler. Dazzler. Whichever. She's the new champion. Ladies and gentlemen, some breaking news. After various threats of violence, lawsuits, and arson against my house, we have prepared the next 9 picks of the supplemental draft for both Raw and SmackDown. And in no particular order, the next 9 picks for Raw are Big E, Kofi Kingston, Bayley, Aleister Black, Velveteen Dream, Samoa Joe, Sami Zayn, John Cena, and Braun Strowman. And then for SmackDown Live, we have Shinsuke Nakamura, Rusev, Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Shelton Benjamin, Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, AJ Styles, and Elias. Those are the supplemental draft picks. They're your side picks. Don't kill me. And with that, we'd like to thank you for joining us for the Randoverse draft. There may have been a lot of visual issues, audio imbalance, but hey, we're a young company and running a bigger one, so these changes will be addressed in the near future. And we'd like you to stick around in anticipation of the beginning of the Randoverse draft. Thank you, and good night. Remember, we're here.